I'm glad that you and others seem to be enjoying these videos on emotional incest. And I totally agree with what you're saying here that if the spouse kind of goes along with it, then it's like extra hard to even see. And I think that really it's kind of pretty normalized in certain parts of society. Like, my mind goes to how it's pretty common to see people give the advice to young women that when choosing a guy to date or marry, like, really pay attention to how he treats his mom because if he's really good to his mama, he'll be really good to you. And I think that that is kind of a emotional incest based idea, because otherwise why couldn't you look at how he like treats or respects or cares for anybody in his life? Like, why would it have to be his mom? And I think it's a fairly common thing for women to use that as a measuring stick and then to think, oh, he's going to be great to me, but then his mom stays in the first position because he has this lifetime of this dynamic with her. I actually read this book like I think over a year ago, but I had already started this TikTok account. But at the time, I was thinking I was just going to keep it really personal to my own experiences. And so I didn't read passages from it at the time because this isn't my experience. But I do see it a lot in like even in like TV and movies and stuff like that. And so ever since I read that book, I like notice it all the time. What had led me to kind of reread it and to start reading some of it on this account was noticing that it seems to show up a lot in estrangement TikToks. I'm not no contact, but I get a lot of like estrangement and no contact content on my FYP. And I notice bits and pieces of emotional incest in, or like signs or like red flags of it in those. And so I just thought, like, I wonder if other people would be like fascinated with this information because I think it's prevalent. I do wish that it was called something else because I think most people, well, and the other things, I think it's a spectrum. Like, there are stories in this book that are really sexualized, but then they absolutely don't have to be. It can be purely an emotional, non-sexual partnerfication. But anyway, when people don't have like they don't sense that there's like creepy feelings coming from their parent to them, I would understand why they would just never even consider that they might have an incest dynamic with their parent, because like that's just such like a vulgar word and such a sexualized word.